On an 80-degree overcast day in San Luis Obispo, California, it is still a perfect day for Blues baseball, and we could not be happier to welcome you into the Blues Streaming Network. It's Game 31 of the 2021 75th Anniversary Blues season. It's the Blues and Saints for the second time in 3 days. Saints came into town on Friday, came out with a win, had the day off yesterday, and will be looking to continue their 7-game winning streak in conference. Blues are coming off of a win against the Orange County Riptide. If you were with us yesterday, you remember that it was a good one. Blues won 8-4, and if you weren't with us, you missed a good one. Blues bats coming alive, scoring runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 7th innings consecutively to make that final 8-4. Good appearances out of the bullpen for Kevin Lyons, and some of the best outings for a couple Blues. Ruben Mercado, 3 for 5, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. Grant Burton breaking out of his streak, a couple base hits. They snapped the 2-game losing streak yesterday. Blues scored their runs consecutively. In the 5th, it was sparked by a Burton base hit. Mercado would follow. Team had 5 extra base hits, which led to 6 of their 8 runs. They had no extra base hits in their last game against the Saints. Of course, a loss. 2-2 against the Saints this year. Back on June 23rd, won 5-1. Then on July 1st, the Saints would get revenge and they win 5-1. Back on the 3rd, Blues would get back in the win column, win 5-4, and back on the 16th, a couple days ago, Saints came away with the victory, 5-3. Starter on the mound for the Blues is Mike Gutierrez. He comes in with his record of 1-0. 5.0 ERA and 18 full innings pitched. This will be his 6th start. He has only started, has not come out of the pen. 18 full innings pitched, 21 Ks, 6 walks, and 12 hits to his credit. His last start, Gutierrez went 4 full, 4 earned runs, 6 hits, and 4 strikeouts. Starting lineups being introduced, and we're almost ready for baseball here. Crowd files in. Sunday afternoon baseball here on the Blue Streaming Network, and couldn't be happier to have you along with us. Game 31 of this season as it continues to wind down. After this one, we'll have 10 more games at home, a couple on the road. This is the literal home stretch for the Blues, led by Bob Miller. I'm going to step aside and be right back with you after this rendition of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare. The bombs bursting in air came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the
And with that, it's time for baseball. Blues and Saints for the 5th time this year have split the previous 4 meetings. Blues in 3rd place in the CCL South with their record of 10-8, only half a game out of 2nd behind the Santa Barbara Foresters, 2 games out of 1st place behind this team, the Arroyo Seco Saints, who have won 7 in a row, all in conference. Mike Gutierrez takes the mound for the 6th time this season, and he faces a Saints lineup that goes like this. The CCL All-Star Connor Bradshaw in center field leads things off, followed by Jake McMurray, the first baseman, batting second. Another CCL All-Star Drew Cowley bats third and man's third base, followed by Peyton Lewis, man who's in cleanup spot and doing the catching today. Josh Cowden plays right field, batting fifth. Jag Burden batting sixth is the left fielder. Tanner Lindsley batting seventh is DHing. He's a former Blue. Now is Seco Saint, and Brandon Boning is at shortstop, and Jackson Cobb rounds things out, and in the 9-hole, he plays second base.
Back out here, but we got a nice packed stadium here tonight. At least it's like almost 1,000 here tonight.
Gutierrez warms up and gets ready to face Bradshaw. Blues come in with their record of 20-10. Saints, riding their 7-game winning streak, are 16-9. Just a couple weeks ago, this team was 9-9. After winning 7 in a row, all in conference, they've taken over first place in the South and have a 2-game lead over this Blues team. They're coming off of a 5-3 win over San Luis Obispo, and after losing to the Blues 5-4 back on July 3rd, they rattled off 5 in a row before a 1-run loss to the San Diego Waves snapped that win streak overall, but their win streak in conference, which of course is what's most important, is still intact, and the Blues will be looking to shut that down, continue, and build off of their own win last night, or yesterday, I should say. And personally, I think that was one of my favorite victories. Blues down a bunch of players, 3 or 4 starters, and guys that are filling into roles that they may not be accustomed to, at least this summer, have filled in and absolutely showed out yesterday, winning 8-4. And we'll look to build off of that. It's Bradshaw versus Gutierrez to lead things off here.
Stepping in to lead things off for the Saints as expected. He takes that first pitch low.
That's going to be ball 1 from Gutierrez.
Jake McMurray up next. This is Drew Cowley batting in the 3rd spot. Peyton Lewis cleanup. Josh Cowden 5th. Burden.
Gutierrez, the 1-0. Bradshaw takes high ball 2. Connor Bradshaw, so far against the Blues this season, 3 for 11, 3 RBIs, a home run off of Matt Sox, and 3 walks. Gutierrez deals a 2-0. That's grounded to the right side, and it's a base hit for Connor Bradshaw to get the day started for the Arroyo Seco Saints. He's now 4 for 12 against the Blues this season. It's the first hit and base runner for Arroyo Seco. Gutierrez now faces Jake McMurray. Lefty versus righty here. Gutierrez stares down Bradshaw and at first base and delivers strike 1 to McMurray.
How about Connor Bradshaw? We've seen the start to this season. It was a little slow. Wasn't even a full-time starter for the Saints.
Saints had 7 players make the All-Star team in the CCL showcase. Bradshaw, one of those. Here's McMurray now in an 0-1 count. Gutierrez deals outside, ball 1, count even.
To start innings and start games off. And you really love to see the production out of Bradshaw in that spot. And not, I wouldn't say necessarily overtaking.
1 ball and 1 strike to McMurray. Bradshaw's safe at first after singling to start the day.
Really nice 1-2 punch in the top of the order.
Gutierrez throws over to first, checking on Bradshaw, and he got him. He picked him off.
Connor Bradshaw slipping, a great move by Michael Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, we've seen that pickoff move a couple times this year, and Bradshaw's leadoff single is erased off the base pass. Now there's 1 gone, and the count is 1-1 to Jake McMurray.
Spot slipping by Gutierrez, and the good start the Saints had will have to restart with an out now.
1 ball and 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike now.
Blues trailed 3-0 after the top of the 3rd in yesterday's ball game against the Riptide. Would respond by getting 1 back underway. Off yesterday, we're well rested. Spent the night in Pasadena, made the drive up here early this morning to San Luis Obispo. Got here just on time as we're just underway. Some Sunday afternoon baseball and slow. That one's popped up into shallow right. Clarkson, Kretschmar, and Trinka are all over there. No one can make the catch as it's a fair ball, and McMurray will turn into second with a double.
For a nice stand-up double, Jake McMurray.
And that makes the pickoff move of Gutierrez that much more important as Bradshaw was erased off the base paths, and that double now does not hurt them, as it could have possibly scored a run if Bradshaw, after singling, was running the entire way. Instead, it's just a double for McMurray. He's safe at second. There's one gone, and here comes Drew Cowley, CCL All-Star, and in the showcase game was the defensive player of the game, making a couple nice plays at the hot corner. Faces Gutierrez for the first time this season, and Michael delivers strike one.
He saw second base was covered, but he knew that it was going to take a while to get that ball in. He turned up the heat. Now the Saints have a runner in scoring position, and Drew Cowley takes the first pitch for strike one.
Cowley riding a 14-game hitting streak coming into this one, including a 5-game stretch where he had 12 hits and 13 of his 15 RBIs this entire season during the stretch. And this season, he's 5 for 12 with an RBI and 2 walks against Blues pitching. 0-1 the count. Gutierrez deals a breaking ball that gets away from Jason Siri, who's doing the catching for the first time, and this is his first start as a Blue. Count is 1-1 on a pass ball. One ball on one strike to Drew Cowley. Saints have singled and doubled. Gutierrez able to pick off Bradshaw, erasing that leadoff single, and that one misses. It's 2-1 now. So McMurray's at third on the pass ball. 2-1 is the count to Cowley. One gone on the top of the first. Still no score as we are just underway. The only out, Bradshaw being picked off after his leadoff single. That one's fouled back into the left of our press box into the VIP section, and count is 2-2 as it's even now, and Gutierrez is looking for a key second out, trying to strand a runner at third for Arroyo Seco.
Hopefully everyone's okay. A lot of cool things going on in the stadium here. Oh, yeah. There's a park nearby.
2-2. Foul tipped away, and the count and situation remain the same. One out, top of the first, no score. McMurray is safe at third after doubling and advancing on a passed ball. Cowley's at the plate now in a 2-2 count. Cowley, top 5 in the CCL in average. It has completely skyrocketed during his 14-game hitting streak. Here's a 2-2. Fouled off again, and a mini battle on our hands. Gutierrez still looking for a put-away pitch for Drew Cowley.
Saints seem to be on him so far. Did pick up 2 hits to start it off. Obviously, Bradshaw getting picked off to start the inning, but right now, all 3 of the top guys making contact, making them work.
That one's killed out to left. It'll drop in fair territory. Saints lead 1-0, and Cowley's going to round first and head into second. It's an RBI double for Drew Cowley, and the hitting streak has reached 15 games for the CCL All-Star.
Here in the top of the first inning.
And there's the 15 right there. Hit streak continues for Drew Cowley, getting on Gutierrez.
Here comes Peyton Lewis, man doing the catching today, batting cleanup. We've usually seen Peyton Lewis in the DH spot against the Blues this season. This is only the 5th time he's caught a ball game. He'll be doing so when David Vizcaino is on the mound for the Saints when the Blues are up in their half of the first. But right now, Drew Cowley's at second base. The Saints lead 1-0, and Lewis is in a 1-0 count versus Gutierrez, who checks second and now deals. And that is grounded to the right side, and it's 1-1. Foul ball gets the count even, but Gutierrez has surrendered a run here early. Blues, obviously, with the taxed bullpen, are going to be looking for length out of any starter that takes the mound. Gutierrez did not pitch in the showcase game like Matt Sox did or Heston Toll. So whatever you can get out of Gutierrez today, the longer the better, as this bullpen is shortened up in terms of rest. It has been limited. Here's a 1-1 breaking ball that dips inside, and they'll say it hit Peyton Lewis, so he'll take first base.
I was just looking at it, Tommy.
And Mike Gutierrez has not gotten an out against a man at the plate. He has obviously picked off Bradshaw, and that saved what could have been more trouble as McMurray doubled. Cowley then doubled to make this a 1-0 game in favor of the Saints, and Peyton Lewis was just hit by a pitch, and he's safe at first base.
miles an hour for these guys in summer ball playing at these Division I schools. And
Cowden stands in now. Gutierrez still looking for that second out. Only one gone in the top of the first. That's fouled off, and it's a second straight souvenir. It's 0-1.
Cowden in the batter.
Oh on the count, and Cowden stands
No
in.
balls in the strike. The pitch.
That gets away. Ball one.
Outside. Evens the count at 1-1.
One ball and one strike to Cowden. Runners on first and second now for the Saints. It's Cowley at second. That's grounded foul to the right side. It's 1-2 now. Gutierrez going to look for a put-away pitch of Cowden, but Cowley's made this a 1-0 game, and his hitting streak extends to 15 games. He's safe at second. Peyton Lewis was just grazed by a pitch, a breaking ball, and he's safe at first. So Cowden stands in a 1-2 count, and Gutierrez comes set and delivers to the lefty.
Now the 1-2 pitch.
Got him swinging.
Swing and a miss on the slider.
That's a big second
Break
out.
the hot sauce here at Blue Stadium. Every time they get a strikeout,
And Gutierrez gets that key second out. Now has to face Jack Burden, trying to limit the damage to just a one-run first inning for the Saints.
That starts over the plate, finishes in the right-handed batter's box. Just not much you can do with that if you Josh Cowden got fooled on that one.
Needed to protect the plate, unable to do so, and that will bring up left fielder Jack Burden.
Here's the first pitch to Burden, and that dips away, ball one. So for Burden, he comes in and he has struggled against the Blues. Only 1 for 14, does have an RBI and a walk, but this is a guy that, given his numbers against Blues pitching this season, this is obviously the first time he's seen Gutierrez. We'll see if he is indeed the third out. Runners still on first and second for Arroyo Seco. That's in there for a strike count, even at 1-1.
Strike one, 1-1 the count.
Here's a 1-1.
Kicks and delivers.
Broken bat. Mercado or Samuelson will have it. It is indeed Ruben Mercado.
The shortstop,
It's the third out,
Ruben Mercado, to end the
and
top
we
of
will
the
head to the home half of the first, but the Saints strike first. It's an RBI double for Drew Cowley. His hitting streak is extended, and they lead 1-0. They led early in our last matchup with Arroyo Seco back on Friday. Blues bats will look to respond against David Vizcaino in the home half of the first. When we come back, I'm going to take a short break and be right back with you. Thanks for making us a part of your Sunday afternoon here on the Blue Streaming Network. Bottom half of the first about to be underway. Here's how the Blues line up today against David Vizcaino. Austin Kretschmar leads off and plays second base, followed by Ruben Mercado, the shortstop, who had a heck of a day yesterday. Ruben really came through. We had him on the post-game show, Blues Live. Ruben was great in the interview and great at the plate yesterday. And, of course, in the infield, made that third out to retire the side in the top of the first. He'll be followed by Tate Samuelson, Mason Grotto, then Vince Martinez. Top six remains the same as TJ Clarkson rounds things out and plays first base. Then Thomas Trinka, right fielder. Grant Burton playing center field, and he's been good defensively, filling in for Ryan Cermak. And the newest Blue, Jason Siri, doing the catching today, rounds things out in the 9-hole. And will face David Vizcaino of the Arroyo Seco Saints. For Vizcaino, he comes in, not a win or a loss. The ERA at 6.75. Only 2 2/3 innings pitched this entire season for him. This will be his first start, and our first look at him. 3 strikeouts, a walk, and 3 hits allowed in his 2 2/3 innings pitched so far this season. And Austin Kretschmar will stand in against Vizcaino for the first time this season. Saints lead 1-0 as we enter the home half of the first. Bottom of the first underway. Vizcaino stands in against Kretschmar.
Now the first batter for the Blues, Austin.
First pitch from Vizcaino as he makes his first start for the Saints this season. Righty on righty, and Kretschmar takes outside ball one. Saints already lead 1-0 on the Drew Cowley double. And so the Blues will look to respond in their home half of the first. Overcast day at Sinsheimer Park. Temperature still in the low 80s. That dips away ball two. Kretschmar, who got on base for Mercado, who was able to drive him in yesterday. Mercado had more doubles than he had all season in yesterday's ball game as Kretschmar takes strike one. He'll be followed by Ruben in the two-hole. Mercado telling us yesterday on the postgame show he has not bat second in a lineup probably since the last time he was with the Blues. This, of course, is his second season. Kretschmar in a 2-1 count. Vizcaino comes set and deals, and that's inside ball three. Kretschmar ahead in the count now 3-1.
Hitters count now, Kretschmar.
Three and one.
3-1.
That's a high fly ball out to left. Does not threaten to leave, and Burden has it for the first out.
First catch and the first out for
Here is Ruben Mercado. Had a heck of a day yesterday, standing in. And the day didn't start so hot for Ruben. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Would then follow in his next 3 at-bats, of course, with 2 doubles and a single to his credit. Senior at San Jose State. Stands in against Vizcaino and takes high ball one.
control this game.
Tried to catch the outside part of the plate, and it's 2-0.
On these hitters.
2 balls and no strikes. Vizcaino comes set and deals. Mercado pops one up in foul ground in right. And McMurray looking at it drift out of bounds, and it's strike one. Mercado stands in.
Count now to Ruben Mercado. As you mentioned, this guy, he's had a couple of innings, almost 3 innings, and a 6.75 ERA.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Will help improve those numbers.
Ruben stands in.
And get him to where he wants for the summer. The 2-1 to Mercado.
Way high and inside. It's ball 3.
Back-to-back 3-1 counts. Start this game.
Kretschmar swung away at his 3-1 pitch. He sent it out to shallow left. We'll see what Mercado does with this 5th pitch of the at-bat. 3-1 the count, 1 gone in the bottom of the first. He'll ground it to short. Boning has it on a hop and guns to first. There's 2 away.
And now it'll be 2 up.
Two gone for Tate Samuelson in the bottom of the first. Saints lead 1-0. First start for Vizcaino. He'll deal. Breaking ball. That one's in there for a strike. So Vizcaino, he has delivered back-to-back 3-1 pitches to Blues hitters, and Kretschmar and Mercado both led to outs. Here's an 0-1. Now it's 0-2. Back-to-back breaking balls dip in there for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Samuelson.
0-2 count.
Outside part of the plate. Vizcaino thought he got him, and it's 1-2. As Tate was taking the whole way. Stands in with 2 gone and no one on in the bottom of the first.
Thought it was in there.
Vizcaino kicks and delivers.
That's outside, gets away, and it's 2-2. Samuelson's worked the count back to even after being behind 0-2.
The first batter.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Samuelson.
2 balls and 2 strikes now, and the pitch.
High ball 3, and after being behind 0-2 in the count, Samuelson has worked it full. Saints lead 1-0.
Slowing it down now here to Samuelson after not getting that call on the outside corner with the 0-2, and it's hard to
Count is full.
balls. Let's see if he tries to
Payoff
get
pitch
back.
from Vizcaino.
Just throw it.
Ball 4. Samuelson works a walk, and he's the first base runner of the day for the Blues. That'll bring Grotto to the plate. Samuelson is safe at first after working a walk. Grotto stands in. Had himself an RBI single yesterday and his first triple of the season. What's new? He'll ground that one foul to the left side. Grotto stands in with his average at 390. The RBI total now at 35. He drove that run in yesterday. Of course, had his first triple. That led to the first run of the game for the Blues. It was a big one for him as they were able to break through and took a bit of the pressure off of the shoulders of this offense that completely came alive in the 5th inning for 4 runs and would not look back from taking the lead of the Riptide and snap their 2-game losing streak yesterday. Looking to build off of it here. Count is 1-1 to Grotto. Samuelson's at first after walking. There's 2 gone in the home half. Here at Sinsheimer Park, overcast day, still warm and still a capacity crowd on hand. 1-1 is taken for strike 2. Grotto shakes his head, but stands in and will await a 4th pitch. Here's a 1-2. Breaking ball that's fouled off against the netting, and the count and situation remain the same. Samuelson worked a walk after being behind 0-2. And Grotto stands in 1-2 the count. First time for Vizcaino, and his first time seeing the Blues this season. It is the 5th matchup between the Blues and Saints. They've split the previous 2. Blues looking to snap the Saints' 7-game win streak in conference. Grotto takes strike 3. It was a beautiful pitch from Vizcaino, and he freezes him for strike 3, and that's the 3rd out. So no hits for the Blues, 1 walk for Samuelson. They get a base runner, but they do not play to run. Saints still lead 1-0 as we will head to the top of the 2nd, and I'll be back with you for the 2nd inning of work for Mike Gutierrez. Had a strikeout in the top of the 1st. Had a nice pickoff move. We'll see how Gutierrez's 2nd inning of work goes. Saints lead 1-0. I'm going to take a short break and be right back with you on the Blue Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out. Top of the 2nd. Underway. Tanner Lindsley leading things off and taking ball 1 from Gutierrez. Tanner, a former San Luis Obispo Blue, now in Arroyo Seco. Saint DHing today. Last time we saw Lindsley, he was doing the catching. We'll get a chance to just worry about the bat today. No defense for Lindsley as he takes ball 2 outside from Gutierrez. Gave up an RBI double to Drew Cowley. Facing Lindsley in the top of the 2nd. Saints already lead 1-0.
2-0 the count now to Tanner Lindsley.
2-0 the count. No one on, no one out as the top of the 2nd is just underway. That's high ball 3. Gutierrez allowed a single to Bradshaw to start the game off, then picked him off.
3-0 count now to
Double to
Tanner
McMurray.
Lindsay. He had a great game on Thursday
Double to
against
Cowley.
Seco
That scored a
Oaks.
run, then hit Peyton Lewis, but struck out Cowden and got Burden to pop up to end the inning. That strike one as the count is now 3-1 to Tanner Lindsley. Three and one. Lindsley takes outside ball four. It's the first walk of the day for the Saints, and the first one
by Gutierrez.
surrendered by Gutierrez.
Peyton Lewis in the first inning, but the first walk.
That's
Now
Mike's
bring up Brandon
7th walk this season.
Tanner Lindsley never even having to get the bat off the shoulder.
Now facing Brandon Boning.
Able to walk over to the first base.
That is strike one to Brandon Boning. If you're wondering why I keep muting my mic so much, it's just because the Saints broadcasters are,
Second half of this season.
well, you can hear them.
Come all the way up,
And
now
I'm just
batting
trying to limit that,
260.
but
Remember,
nothing
just
we
a
can
week
do.
and a half ago, he was right about
0-1 the
180.
count to Boning.
Really
Nothing we can
started
do
to
except
heat up.
mute the mic.
He's back.
And that is strike two.
Now he'll be down quickly 0-2.
0-2 the count. Runner on first is Lindsley.
Tanner Lindsley really picking it up.
No outs in the top of the second for the visiting Arroyo Seco Saints.
Lindsley on first, checked by Gutierrez, kicks and delivers.
That's strike three as he gets Boning to swing and miss through some off-speed pitch.
Down goes Brandon Boning in the second.
Bringing
strikeout
Cobb to the
now.
plate. One gone and one man on.
Gutierrez here in this ballgame.
It's Lindsley at first and Cobb at the plate. Cobb, who's had a lot of success for the Saints this season. 2 for 9 with an RBI and 2 walks.
Jackson Cobb, he's also been heating up as
One gone, and
against Conejo Oaks. He was
looked
down
like a good pitch from
2-9.
Gutierrez, but it's taken outside for ball one. Still 1-0 Saints our score.
Could have been that 12-run inning that the Saints had in that ball game as well. Probably had a
Lindsley is
couple
safe at
hits
first after working a
just in
walk
that
to
inning.
lead off the top of the second.
Help you out.
Gutierrez will check first and now deal a 1-0. That dips away for ball two, so Gutierrez struggling with a bit of command here early, of course. Jason Siri, the man doing the catching today, his first start as a Blue, his first time calling a play, his first time catching Gutierrez, and we're bringing up the new catchers again, but this is something that needs to be noted. 2 balls and no strikes. That gets away, and
Outside, Tanner
Lindsley will
going.
stay put at first. Count is 3-0 to Jackson Cobb, who already in his time against the Blues,
By the catcher,
in
Jason.
his 9 at-bats, has worked 2 walks.
3-0 the count to Jackson Cobb. Another
Delivers a strike on the outside part of the plate, and the count is 3-1. Saints lead 1-0.
green light yet again.
You wonder if San Luis Obispo, after noticing how lefty heavy the lineup is for the Saints, throwing the lefty.
Well, here's some sun peeking through these clouds now. 3-1 the count. That's grounded. Double play ball to Kretschmar, to Mercado, to Clarkson. 4-6-3 to end the inning.
Double play, 2 teddy bears to the Children's Hospital, and that's what the Blues will be doing. Giving away 2 teddy bears on that double play.
Top of the second's over after a 4-6-3 double play of Jackson Cobb.
No runs scored.
Gutierrez still faces the minimum in the inning. Walked the leadoff man in Lindsley, struck out Boning, and the double play of Cobb ends it. And it's a scoreless top of the second for Mike Gutierrez. We will head to the home half of the second with Vince Martinez leading things off with the Blues trailing 1-0. And their second time seeing David Vizcaino in his first start this entire season. 1-0 Saints our score. I'm going to take a short break and be right back with you here on the Blue Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out, making us part of your Sunday afternoon. Vince Martinez at the plate. They'll stand in to lead off the home half of the second. Blues trailing 1-0. First pitch from Vizcaino to Martinez. Swung on and grounded to McMurray at first. It's a good snag, and we'll tap the bag unassisted for the first out. Bringing TJ Clarkson to the plate with one out and no one on in the bottom of the second. Saints lead 1-0. Fifth matchup between the two teams this season. Saints, of course, riding their winning streak in conference, and that's why they've been able to get 7 games over 500 and secure a 2-game lead on the Blues in the CCL South. Vizcaino deals strike one to Clarkson. Again, this is Vizcaino's first start. Only 2 2/3 innings pitched coming into this one on the season. Right-hander, a lot of these Saints players. And, of course, the Blues bats as Clarkson flares one out to center. Ranging on is Bradshaw to make the catch, and there's 2 away. Bringing Trinka to the plate. So a lot of these Saints players are seeing Vizcaino pitch for the first time. Obviously, the Blues bat seeing Vizcaino for the first time, and Gutierrez, who had himself a solid top of the second. It's going to look to match what the first-time starter does against the Blues bats, who, of course, played at 8 runs. Trinka, the only man in the starting lineup, as he takes ball 1, who did not record a hit in yesterday's ball game. Trinka is still an outstanding right fielder, and that's why Bob Miller trusts him. As he takes strike 1, count is 1-1. There's been a revolving door out and right. Costello, Trinka, Bologna, who's quarantined, is not an option. Trinka forced to fill that hole. 1-1 the count. Vizcaino deals. Trinka grounds one to the left side and foul. It's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to Trinka. Bottom of the second, Saints lead 1-0. 2 gone in the home half of the second. Trinka swings and misses through strike 3, and that does it for Vizcaino. He's looked sharp through 2 innings, holding the Blues hitless, and strikes out Trinka to end the bottom of the second. Our score is still 1-0 Saints here at Sinsheimer Park. It's Sunday afternoon baseball here on the Blue Streaming Network. We couldn't be happier to have you along with us. Saints lead 1-0, and we'll look to scratch in their half of the third. But Mike Gutierrez goes out, and we'll look to have a scoreless top of the third. When we return, 1-0 Arroyo Seco. Blues coming off a victory. Saints well rested. Had a day off yesterday. We'll see what transpires in the top of the third. We'll have it for you in a matter of moments. Thanks for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network. Top of the third underway as Gutierrez deals strike 1 to Bradshaw, the man who singled off him to lead off this ballgame. That one's inside, and the count is 1-1 now. Bradshaw, after singling, was picked off by Gutierrez, and we've seen that a number of times from Mike this season. The excellent pickoff move from the left side of the mound. Count is 1-1 to the CCL All-Star. Top 5 in average. That one gets away, and it's 2-1 now. The pickoff of Bradshaw was the first out. 2 doubles would follow, and if Bradshaw was not picked off, we could be talking about a different score up there. Saints could lead 2-0, possibly 3-0, as that's outside, and it's 3-1 now. He proceeded to graze Peyton Lewis, hitting him with a pitch, and then struck out Cowden and got Burden to pop up, but faced the minimum in the top of the second, and here we are. Saints lead 1-0. That one's popped up. Infield will have a look. Siri thinking he has a play against the netting. It ends up bouncing, and it's a souvenir.
Scramble for that one. Whoever gets it takes it home thanks to Coastal Pediatrics.
3 balls and 1 strike as the count is full against Connor Bradshaw. Payoff pitch upcoming to Bradshaw. No outs. Top of the third. 1-0 Saints our score. That's ball 4. Bradshaw works a walk and has reached in both his plate appearances. He'll reach first again. No gone in the top of the third for Jake McMurray. 1 for 1 with a double already.
Now number 2, Jake McMurray.
McMurray, who doubled to shallow right. Looked like it might be a catch for Clarkson, Kretschmar, or Trinka. 3 Blues ran over. It dropped in front of him, in front of all of them. That's strike 1. Gutierrez's most effective pitch is his curveball. Really any off-speed pitch from Mike. The slider and changeup are options as well, and he goes to them early in the count. That one was taken by McMurray for strike 1. Bradshaw is safe at first after walking. And here's an 0-1. That one's fouled off to the right side. It's 0-2.
Right there by the beer tent, folks. You can take that one home, courtesy of our free foul ball sponsor, Coastal Pediatric Dentistry.
No balls and 2 strikes to McMurray. First baseman today. Nice crowd on hand on a Sunday afternoon. Gutierrez checks first and deals an 0-2. Grounded foul. First base side, and count and situation remain the same.
You want to have your picture taken with Bluebell, our mascot. Bluebell is right in front of the press box, right at the top of the stairs.
It's 0-2 to McMurray.
Your folks, your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts, your uncles, your big sister, get your picture taken with Bluebell.
No balls and 2 strikes. Fourth pitch upcoming is Gutierrez deals. Bradshaw takes off for second, and that one's fouled off to the right side.
That one's out into the Little League part.
Bradshaw will have to range back into first, and we'll do it all over again. No outs. Top of the third. 1-0 Saints. Nothing in 2 still. McMurray standing in. Gutierrez guns to first, trying to pick off Bradshaw for a second time. Connor did not slip this time, and he's back into first safely. McMurray awaits another 0-2. Has fouled a couple off to stay alive and see another pitch. Here it is from Gutierrez. High, ball 1. That time going with an elevated fastball, and Murray standing in with his leadoff hitter on first after walking. Gutierrez still hunting for that first out of the inning. Checking first and now delivering a 1-2. That is grounded, foul, third base side, and count is still 1-2. Seventh pitch upcoming as a mini battle has been worked between Murray and Gutierrez. Pitch count for Mike a bit higher than Dean Traynor and Bob Miller would like to see. Looking for length out of any starter at this point. Top of the third. Here's a 1-2. Got him swinging.
And there's another bottle of smoky hot sauce. Number 3153 is the number we're looking for. 31553. If that's you, go to the marketing tent, get your bottle of hot sauce from Bonton Creole Cafe.
That's 3 strikeouts for Gutierrez and 1 gone in the inning.
Howley.
Here is the CCL All-Star, defensive player of the game in the showcase game at MLB Youth Academy in Compton. Is responsible for the Saints' 1-0 lead after he doubled. Bradshaw's in a pickle as he was taking off for second, and he'll have a stolen base, and he'll actually take third. Well, Gutierrez guessed right, threw over to first. Bradshaw took off for second. Clarkson's throw over to second found its way into the outfield. That's popped up to the left side. Infield will have a look, but it drifts into foul ground.
Doesn't count if somebody's involved.
No balls and 1 strike. Connor Bradshaw, after walking to lead off the inning, looked to be in a pickle between first and second, ended up stealing second, and advances to third on a throwing error from Clarkson. 0-1, popped up. Shallow left, Grotto under it, makes the catch, tagging is Bradshaw. Throw from Grotto is wide. It's 2-0 Saints. Sac fly and an RBI for Drew Cowley. He's got both for the Saints in this one. He brings in Bradshaw from third and gives Arroyo Seco their 2-0 lead.
Number 11, Lewis Payton. Huh? 1 error.
Here's Peyton Lewis, the man doing the catching today. 2 gone in the inning. Saints have tacked on 1 more. Strike 1 to Lewis. Was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. 0-1 the count. Line to Clarkson at first. He'll tap the bag unassisted, and that retires the side.
The Saints pick up 1 and extend their lead. It's now 2-0 as we move into the bottom of the third inning.
2-0 our score. Home half of the third upcoming. It'll be Grant Burton, the man who broke out of his slump, singled twice yesterday, giving him now 4 hits on the season, 2 homers and 2 singles for Grant. Has been tremendous in center field, filling in for Ryan Cermak, and he will lead off the home half of the third with the Saints leading 2-0 when we come back.
Very special guest in the
Bottom of the third underway. Grant Burton leading things off for the Blues.
Leading off for the Blues in the bottom of the third inning, number 24, Grant Burton.
Burton, who broke out of a slump he had been in previously. Just 2 hits. Both were homers. But in the bottom of this lineup, Burton was able to single twice, ignite a rally in the bottom of the 5th with one of his base hits. And as much as hitting can be contagious, everyone was happy to see Grant get on with a base hit. And the rally would follow. 4 plated in the bottom of the 5th. Blues would take the lead and not look back. That's grounded foul. Count is 0-2. New pitcher in the game for the Saints. We'll introduce you to him, Saxon Andros, as Vizcaino only went 2 innings and was extremely effective. Did not give up a hit, but matching almost the amount of innings he's gone this entire season, as this was his first start. 0-2 from Andros to Burton. Dips low, and it's ball 1. That's another thing that we noticed from Burton yesterday. This is a guy who, during his slump, was having quick at-bats, was swinging at strike 3, not taking a lot of balls. More patient at-bats from Burton now have been a trend that everyone is welcoming. Absolutely. See if yesterday's ball game ignites Burton to get on a roll. Batting 8th in this lineup, and due up after him will be newly acquired Jason Seary, the man doing the catching today. No outs in the bottom of the 3rd, 1-2. 1-2 the count. Andros dealing to Burton. Checked his swing, and they'll say he held. It's 2-2. Blues still looking for that first hit. Saints lead 2-0. More importantly, Saints the hottest team in the South right now. 2-2. Burton flies one out to left center, and that'll drop. It's a base hit for Grant Burton, and he gets the first hit of the day for San Luis Obispo. He's safe at first with a single. We mentioned will yesterday open up his bat. Looks like it may have.
Now number 9, catcher Jason Seary.
Here's the first at bat for Jason Seary with the Blues, and doing the catching today, and bats with Burton on first after getting a base hit and none gone as Andros delivers strike 1. 1-1 the count to Seary. Throw over to first, checks on Burton. He's safe. For Andros, has started 4 games for the Saints. This will be his 6th appearance, just his 2nd out of the pen. That's ball 1. Will be asked to eat up some innings after Vizcaino started. Did not give up a hit, but only went the 2 full innings, getting 6 outs. Andros comes in, and the first man he faces is Grant Burton, who, after yesterday's ballgame, doubled his average and is safe at first with a single. Had 2 yesterday, has 1 today. And if things open up for this man, well, that's going to help fill a void out in center field, as Ryan Cermak is currently quarantined. But Burton has filled the role defensively well and is now filling the role offensively very well. Seary fouls one off, and it's 1-2.
Looks like it's going over into the Little League Park, kids. If you can find it, take it home. Thanks to Coastal Pediatric Dentistry.
One ball and 2 strikes. The count to Seary. His first at bat as a Blue. His first start with San Luis Obispo. Takes high ball 2. Not only were the Blues raking yesterday, had 5 extra base hits that led to their 6 runs, but the at-bats leading up to them, in particular 4 of the doubles that plated runs in the 5th and 6th. Batters falling behind 0-2, working the count back to even or even full, and then waiting on their pitch and sending it into the gap. Throw over to first, checks on Burton. He's still safe, still no gone in the home half of the 3rd. 2-0 Saints, still our score. Seary awaits a 2-2. Breaking ball in there. Strike 3 called. Nice pitch from Andros, and Seary's down looking.
Back to the top of the order for the Blues. Now batting number 6, the second baseman from Stanford University, Austin Kretschmar.
Infielder from Stanford, Kretschmar, stands in 0 for 1 as he flew out to left to lead off the ball game. Now bats with Burton on first, his teammate at Stanford. Now a teammate with the Blues. Saw Kretschmar have a good day at the plate. 2 for 5, 2 singles. Similar to Mercado as he takes ball 1 in the dirt. They both started 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and the top of this lineup was struggling in yesterday's ballgame. A couple base hits would have everyone come alive, and they would set the table for some heavy hitters in Samuelson and Grotto, who would go on to bring in 3 runs themselves. As they've been accustomed to do all season. Throw on to first, checks on Burton again. Still safe, and the count is still 1-0 to Kretschmar. 2-0 Saints with the lead. Blues have gotten their first base hit, second base runner, and here's a 1-0. Burton is running to second, and Kretschmar singles. Burton and Kretschmar find themselves now on first and second for Ruben Mercado, who yesterday was Mr. Double and Mr. RBI.
From San Jose State, Ruben Mercado.
Ruben stands in after having an excellent day at the plate. 0 for 1 in this one so far, grounded out to short. Burton's at second and Kretschmar at first. Just one gone in the bottom of the third. Andros deals ball 1. Mercado in a 1-0 count. Mercado grounds one to Cowley at third. He'll toss to Cobb at second, and it's a double play to end the inning. 5-4-3 to end the inning.
Inning for the Blues. The score remains 2-0.
Base hits from Burton and Kretschmar are stranded on first and second for San Luis Obispo as Mercado grounds into a double play to end the inning. 2-0 Saints is still our score as we will head to the top of the fourth. And Mike Gutierrez will face Josh Cowden in a 2-0 ball game when we come back. Thanks for hanging out. As promised, Cowden leads off the top of the fourth. 2-0 Saints still to score, and Mike Gutierrez still out there. Delivers ball 1.
They're doing some kind of meeting.
1-0. That dips away, and it's ball 2. For Cowden, another CCL All-Star on this Saints squad. Their manager was the manager of the South team in the showcase game, as that's ball 3. Of course, Bob Miller and the Blues. Moving on to the northern side in the showcase game. So these two managers facing each other for a 5th time this season and faced each other in the showcase game, where both their teams had 7 players represented in the nationally televised All-Star game. That's strike 1 from Gutierrez to Cowden. The count is now 3-1. No outs in the top of the 4th. No one on. And our score is 2-0 in favor of Arroyo Seco. That's fouled off against the netting. In on the hands, and the count's full now. Cowden stands in and awaits a payoff pitch from Gutierrez. So far, Mike has struck out 3. Faced the minimum. That's outside ball 4. Second straight walk to lead off an inning for the Saints, and this time it's Cowden who will take first base. And bringing Jag Burton to the plate. Pop out to short his first time up. Well, 2 double plays have been hit into by both squads so far, both to end innings. Gutierrez will be looking for one, facing Burton. He'll show bunt. It's popped up. Siri has a look at it, and it hits the netting away from him for strike 1. We'll see if the bunt is still on from Burton. Guy with his average over 320, but looking to advance Cowden into scoring position. No outs, top of the 4th. 2-0 Saints still our score. Gutierrez, 4th inning of work, starts with a walk, and he'll throw over to first softly, keeping Cowden honest. And looks to deliver an 0-1 to Burton. Nothing in 1. And now it's 1-1. Going with the high fastball. One ball and 1 strike. No outs, top of the 4th. Cowden's at first after walking, and this one's popped up. Infield will have a look. Now in shallow center, Kretschmar calls for it and makes the catch. There's 1 away. Tanner Lindsley steps up. Former Blue. Walked in his first at-bat. Doing the DHing today.
Here's the designated hitter for the Blues, number 33, Tanner Lindsley. He played for us a couple of years ago. His brother played for us, too. They were both on the squad at the same time. Really? I can't remember what his brother's first name was.
Cowden still at first after walking to lead off the inning. Lindsley, who walked his first time up himself, takes ball 1 from Gutierrez. Got Burton to pop up. Lindsley now stands in. He walked to lead off the second. There's actually been walks to lead off 3 consecutive innings now. Lindsley led off the second with the walk. Then it was Bradshaw. Now Cowden is safe at first. As Gutierrez checks on him, he slides in and is safe. 1 ball and no strikes to count. 2-0 Saints our score. Gutierrez trying to keep it that way. Here's a 1-0. High ball 2. Lindsley, who our last time in Pasadena we saw do the catching, switches positions with Peyton Lewis, who leads this team in RBIs. He's doing the catching today for just the 5th time this season. Taking off for second. Gunning there is Siri. It will be caught by Mercado. The throw had no chance of getting there accurately, but Mercado stops it from going into the outfield. It's a stolen base for Josh Cowden. For Cowden, that's his 11th stolen base. Leads the team. Only one with double digits. That's ball 4, as Lindsley has walked for the 2nd time today. Bringing Brandon Boning to the plate. Men on first and second for him.
Batting number 10, the shortstop, Brandon Boning.
0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Folks that have made Blues baseball
Dean Traynor is going to come to the mound now and have a conversation with Mike Gutierrez. Men on first and second for Boning with just 1 out in the top of the 4th.
Pacific Western Bank, Pacific High, and New Times.
Dean Trainer having words with Gutierrez, and now this infield will meet and discuss how this at-bat with Boning will go. There's men on first and second. Both have walked. Cowden walked to lead off the inning. And then after Burden popped up, Lindsley worked to walk. He's safe at first now. Still just one gone in the top of the fourth. Saints lead 2-0. Gutierrez checks second momentarily and deals the first pitch to Boning, ball one. If there's an area where Gutierrez has struggled today, it has been with command. Has now walked 4 batters, has hit 1. One ball and no strikes to Boning. He'll step off and force Cowden to head back into second. Blues got 2 hits in the bottom of the third, left them both stranded. Saints have more walks than hits, and that's ball 2. And we have to mention, we did yesterday, Sam Calder, who did the catching yesterday, his first time catching any Blues pitcher. This is now Jason Series' first time calling a game with any starter, any reliever, catching Gutierrez for the first time. We mentioned it with these new catchers that aren't used to the movement of these starters' pitches. It could lead to some issues with framing and unable to fool umpires with balls and strikes calls. 2-0 the count. Gutierrez deals. That one's lined into left. Grotto ranging back. It's over his head and to the wall. And Grotto will have to field it there on the warning track. 2 Saints have scored. It's their third double. And this one, courtesy of Brandon Boning, plates 2 runs. It's 4-0 Arroyo Seco. Two RBI double for Boning. He's safe at second for Jackson Cobb, who grounded into a double play to end the second inning. More importantly, it's 4-0 Saints now.
Now the 9th batter in the lineup for the Saints. The second baseman, Jackson Cobb, at the plate.
All the walks certainly hurting Gutierrez as he's allowing men to reach. And then Boning doubles over the head of Grotto to left, and Cobb swings and misses half-heartedly through strike 1. Still just 1 gone in the top of the fourth. Saints have doubled their lead. It's 4-0. Blues trailed 3-0 early yesterday. We're able to rally. We'll have to do the same against the hottest team in the South. As that's fouled back. It's 0-2. Saints have averaged 10 runs during the winning streak. They've averaged 13 hits, and their pitching has complemented it well. But it's the offense that stands out for Arroyo Seco during their hot streak. Same could be said for the Blues when they're rolling. Coming off of a win yesterday, looking to build off of it tonight. Today, I should say. That's ball 1. 1-2 the count now to Cobb. Runner on second is Boning. He's made this a 4-0 ball game with his double. 1 out, top of the fourth. Here's the 1-2. Ball 2. And Cobb signals to the home plate umpire. That pitch was up. It is called ball 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. That's inside ball 3. And Cobb has worked the count full after being behind 0-2. Runner at second is Boning. Cobb's in a full count. 1 out, top of the fourth. Gutierrez grinding for outs now. It's 4-0 Saints. Payoff pitch. High ball 4. It's the 5th walk for Gutierrez, and Cobb will take first base. Well, walks and doubles have been the Saints' bread and butter so far. 3 doubles, and 5 walks.
Back to the top of the order for the Saints, number 25, the center fielder, Connor Bradshaw.
And now you have to face the top of this lineup with ducks on the pond. It's Connor Bradshaw, top 5 in the CCL in average. Ball 1. Gutierrez is going to need to force himself to challenge Bradshaw with some pitches in the strike zone. Walked him in his last at-bat, had a single to lead off the ball game. And if he didn't pick off Bradshaw, we could be looking at a 5-0 ball game, maybe a 6-0 ball game. But it's 4-0 now, and Gutierrez is forced to limit the damage. That's ball 2. And we wonder, with the pitch count being high, he's only faced the minimum once, and that was in the top of the second. Walked him in that inning as well. Double play ended it. Here's a 2-0. That's grounded to Clarkson, but it's foul. 2-1 now. Two and 1 the count to Bradshaw. Boning's at second. He made this a 4-0 ball game, and Cobb just worked a walk. 2-1. Grounded to Clarkson, and this one's also in foul ground, so it's 2-2. Still 1 out in the top of the 4th, and Gutierrez really grinding now. And we've already seen Dean Traynor go out to talk to him, possibly let him know that, hey, you got to get out of this inning. Bullpen's been taxed. The showcase game had led to outings for 4 Blues pitchers. Here's a 2-2. That's ball 3. Count worked full for a second straight hitter. Here's a payoff pitch to Connor Bradshaw. Grounded, beyond the reach of Gutierrez. Kretschmar has it, taps the bag, guns to first. Not in time to get him. Heck of a play and attempt by Kretschmar to get 2 and end the inning. We'll get the out at second. Gun to first, just not in time to get Bradshaw, who reaches on a fielder's choice. And with that second out in the top of the 4th, Bob Miller is indeed going to go to the bullpen. And we'll introduce you to the new Blues pitcher when we return. It'll be runners at first and third for the Saints, who lead 4-0. 2 outs in the top of the 4th, and we'll be right back with the conclusion of this 4th inning. It's 4-0 Saints, and you're listening to Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. Couldn't be happier to have you along with us on a Sunday afternoon. Thanks for hanging out. Newly inserted right-hander is Vaughn Moderer, and he'll take over for Mike Gutierrez, who went 3 2/3, allowed 3 earned runs on 4 hits, 3 doubles, and the 5 walks, really hurting Mike. Only struck out 3, also hit a batter. So command issues running up the pitch count for Gutierrez, and Moderer, who we've seen start pitching in relief.
First baseman Jake McMurray for the Saints.
Moderer will face McMurray with runners at the corners and 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Moderer out of the pen now. And we mentioned this is a guy who started, a guy who's gone relatively deep into ball games. Delivers strike 1. Will be good to see how many innings Moderer can eat up in relief of Gutierrez. It's pitch 13 1/3 and has been effective. Here's no 1. 1-1 now. Moderer with the high ERA above 8. But put in a position where he only has to pitch in relief. Bradshaw forced to head back into second after trying to steal, and the count is 1-2 to McMurray, who's 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. 1 ball and 2 strikes to McMurray. Here's a 1-2. That dips outside, and a good job by Murray digging it out of the dirt, not allowing it to go to the backstop. Saw 3 passed balls in an inning yesterday. That would lead to a run scoring. Luckily, the Blues were able to plate so many runs, it would not come back to bite them, but trailing 4-0. And Moderer limits the damage with a strikeout of McMurray.
There's a bottle of smoky hot sauce, number 3176. If that's you.
Top of the 4th is over. Moderer comes in and strikes out McMurray to end the inning. Saints plate 2 more. They lead 4-0. We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th now, and the Blues will look to start their comeback attempt with Tate Samuelson leading things off in the home half of the 4th when we return. It's 4-0 Saints, and I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back with you on the Blue Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out. Home half of the 4th upcoming. Tate Samuelson facing Saxon Andros. Tate's worked a walk in his 1 at-bat.
Half of the 4th inning is Tate Samuelson.
Samuelson, who was the first base runner of the game for the Blues, worked a walk back in the bottom of the 1st, facing Andros for the first time today, as he'll pitch his 2nd inning of relief. And Samuelson pops one up, drifting into the Blues bullpen. And now it's a souvenir just in front of our Beer 2 tent. It was barehanded by a fan.
Bullpen and into the stands. Take that one home thanks to Coastal Pediatric Dentistry.
0-1 the count from Andros to Samuelson, starting the bottom of the 4th, and that's Ball one. No one on and no one out. Tate, who doubled in a couple runs yesterday, also walked twice, has been having great at-bats, inserted into the 3-hole by Bob Miller. 1-1. That's ball two. And now what you're doing with this Blues lineup, since you're missing 3 or 4 starters, is you're putting the big bats in Samuelson, Grotto, Martinez, and sometimes Clarkson in between guys that, if they're able to work walks or weak ground balls for infield singles, get them on base for Samuelson to deliver base hits like that with men in scoring position. But this time he'll do it to set up Grotto. And Samuelson's first hit is a single, and he's aboard to start the bottom of the 4th.
Now for the Blues, number 15, the outfielder Mason Grotto.
So Samuelson's now 1 for 1 with a single and a walk, and Grotto, who struck out looking to end the bottom of the 1st, stands in with 1 man on and no one out. Bottom of the 4th. Smoked out to left center. That one's carrying. And it'll be caught by Connor Bradshaw. What a play, ranging on. Turned on the Jets and robbing Grotto of extra bases and possibly robbing a run. Incredible speed shown off by Connor Bradshaw out in center. And that'll bring Martinez to the plate. Samuelson still on first and 1 out.
From Stanford University, Vince Martinez.
Samuelson still at first, bringing Martinez to the plate. He grounded out to first unassisted to start the 2nd. Loud first out in this inning. And Andros deals high and inside to Martinez. If there's an area where Vince has struggled, it's been swinging and missing at off speed. But when he gets a fastball, he can crush it. And we saw it in Santa Barbara, his first homer as a Blue, deep to left. Andros throws to first, checking on Samuelson. He's still safe, and the count is 1-0 to Martinez. 4-0 Saints is still our score. Blues looking to plate their first run in the bottom of the 4th. Samuelson singled to lead things off, and Martinez fouls one back. It's 1-1. After Martinez will be Clarkson. Blues did an excellent job of passing the baton, handing at bats off. More importantly, putting the ball in play and putting the pressure on Riptide infielders. There were 2 errors committed by the Riptide in yesterday's ball game as Martinez fouls one off the right side. It's 1-2.
Pass the portables, kids. You can get out there into the Little League Park, take it home. Thanks to Coastal Pediatrics.
1 ball and 2 strikes to the DH batting 5th. Andros deals. Martinez makes weak contact, and it's still 1-2. Samuelson's still safe at first. Sun peeking out from these clouds now. It was overcast at first pitch. Uncharacteristic. Crowd didn't seem to care. They continued to file in, and it is another capacity crowd here in this weekend homestand at Sinsheimer Park, the literal home stretch. 90% of the remaining games here at Sinsheimer Park. 1-2. Martinez swings and misses through strike 3. Here's TJ Clarkson to bat with Samuelson on first, and now 2 gone. Bottom of the 4th.
First baseman, T.J. Clarkson.
Blues have 3 hits, all singles. Did not have an extra base hit as Andros throws over to first to check on Samuelson. Did not have an extra base hit on Friday night against the Saints. Had 5 yesterday, and it plated 6 of their 8 runs. One of them courtesy of this man, TJ Clarkson. Had 2 RBIs yesterday. Flares 1 out to left. Sliding catch, and it's in foul ground. It's 0-1. So after Samuelson singled to lead off the inning, Grotto flew out, very loud out to center, and a great play by Bradshaw, robbing him of extra bases. Martinez had a 4-pitch strikeout. And Clarkson, who has also flown out to center, stands in. He's 0 for 1, and 0-1 is the count, facing Saxon Andros for the first time today. This is his 2nd inning of relief. a man the Blues have seen in a starting role. No balls, one strike. That's in the dirt, ball one. Samuelson staying put at first. 1-1 the count, even to the first baseman out of the University of Utah. Hometown of Gilbert, Arizona. His parents try to make it to as many games as they can. 1-1. TJ sends one into left center. Ranging back and not able to make the catch is Burden. Rounding second is Samuelson. Now rounding third. He'll come in to score. TJ Clarkson has doubled in the first run of the day for the Blues.
You score. $3 light beer, $3 Fables wine now through the end of the inning.
It's an extra base hit and a run for TJ Clarkson and the Blues. He's got 3 RBIs in 2 games, another double for TJ. He's safe at second, passing the baton off to Trinka, and it's 4-1 now.
Number 26, the right fielder, Thomas Trinka.
Trinka stands in with Clarkson in scoring position after doubling in Clarkson to left, just over the head of Burden. And that's how the Blues strike, as Andros delivers a breaking ball for strike 1 to Trinka. Struck out swinging in his last at-bat, 0 for 1 in this one. Blues have plated a run. It's 4-1. Andros delivers an 0-1. Breaking ball that's fouled off to the right side, and it's 0-2.
That one's in the Little League Park, kids. You can find it. You can take it home thanks to Coastal Pediatric Dentistry.
Well, you'd hate to strand your leadoff man reaching in an inning. Samuelson does indeed come in to score after he singled to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Clarkson drove him in on the double. Here's an 0-2. Taken for ball 1. One ball and 2 strikes. 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th. Blues have scratched. And it's 4-1 now. They'll have to claw back into this one. 1-2 the count to Trinka. Righty versus righty. Andros delivers. Trinka fouls one off and stays alive to see another pitch. Count and situation remain the same. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Trinka. Clarkson's at second after doubling in the first run of the day for the Blues. It's 4-1. Here's another 1-2. Trinka fouls another one off to stay alive.
There's another one into the Little League Park. Thanks to Coastal Pediatric Dentistry, our free foul ball sponsor today.
Sun is peeking out. And now you start to apply some sunscreen. And Trinka will await a 1-2. Taken for ball 2 as Trinka checked his swing. This is becoming a beautiful day, and the Blues are trying to make this a beautiful inning and played another run. Clarkson safe at second, and 2-2 the count is Trinka awaits another pitch. High ball 3, and after being behind in the count 0-2, Trinka's taken 3 straight balls and has worked the count full. Andros, out of the stretch, will deliver a payoff pitch. Trinka fouls one, barely, stays alive. Count still 3-2. Clarkson safe at first after doubling. Second, excuse me. Safe at second. 3-2 the count to Trinka. 4-1 our score. Fouled off again. And Trinka turning this into a battle. Three and two the count as Trinka will await a 10th pitch from Saxon Andros in this at-bat. Here it is. That's in fair territory. Cowley guns to first to end the inning.
Blues pick up one and narrow the gap.
Blues do scratch. It's 4-1 now as Trinka grounds out to third to end the inning.
We're going to have a little bit of fun with the Dizzy Bat today.
Here's the Here's the Dizzy Bat race. Cannot wait for this. So on the left side is Colin Ryan, and we've had Colin on as a guest analyst on our broadcast. And Nico Calancini's on the right side. We had Nico in a lengthy intern interview. Here's the Dizzy Bat race. Enjoy this. I'm going to stay here for it. Nico's spinning faster than Colin. Colin's bat's not on the ground. Neither bat is on the ground. They're going to keep spinning. Now they're going to run. Oh, they are dizzy. Oh, this is tough. No one's touched. Colin didn't touch third base. Nico tripped over first base. Colin touches second. Oh, this is not close right now.
Look at that, a little hug they gave each other.
Oh, Colin's going to win this thing running away. Nico is struggling out there. Here comes Colin. Oh, Colin's going to try and make things interesting. Colin Ryan wins the Dizzy Bat race. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be back with you for the top of the fifth. That's the highlight of my day so far. Here's Drew Cowley riding a 15-game hitting streak. Doubled in the first run of the day for the Saints, facing Vaughn Moderer, still out there pitching in relief. Fouled off, and it's 0-1. Well, Vaughn's faced two batters. He has delivered first pitch strikes to him. And that's going to be a key to his success, is limiting the pitch count and eating up innings in relief, as Moderer has been a starter. That's strike two, and he's ahead 0-2 on Cowley. Cowley's driven in 2 of the 4 runs for the Saints, on an RBI double in the first, a sac fly, and an RBI in the third. Leading off now the top of the fifth, and our score is 4-1. That's in the dirt ball one.
Yeah. There's a car parked in Sydney.
Sent out to left center, over the head of Grotto, and he leaped trying to catch that one. Cowley's into second with his second double, and this one leads off the top of the fifth. Well, we've been seeing a lot of balls hit out to left and over the heads of these left fielders. We've seen it over Burden. We've seen it now twice over Grotto, and Mason gave everything he could on that leaping attempt to make the catch out in left. It's another double for Cowley, and he's in scoring position with no one out for Peyton Lewis. For Cowley, it's just his 13th double. No one else has more than 5 on the Saints roster. Lewis takes ball 1. Peyton Lewis, however, still leads this team in RBIs. Even though Cowley has surged on to challenge him, Lewis has 21 and Cowley has 18 now. 1-0. Peyton Lewis fouls one off. It's 1-1. So Cowley now has doubled twice. Excuse me, he's got 14 doubles now because he's got 2 in this game. My goodness. The all-star, Drew Cowley. 1-1 the count. Moderer checks second. Twice. Now deals to Lewis. Outside ball 2. Jason Seary still in there doing the catching. And, of course, catching Moderer for the first time. Probably met Vaughn a day ago, 2 days ago. 4-1 our score. Saints lead by 3. 2 balls and 1 strike. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Count even. And Cowley still at second base. Led the top of the 5th off with his 14th double of the season. And Peyton Lewis, who was hit by a pitch, stands in with a 2 ball and 2 strike count. Still no outs in the top of the 5th. 4-1 our score. Here's a 2-2. Inside, strike 3 called, and he got him.
There is another ball of slow heat hot sauce. Number 3185 is the number I'm looking for. 3185. That's yours.
Second strikeout for Moderer. 1 swinging and 1 looking now.
We have a report that there is a silver G.
Giving him now 14 strikeouts this season. Moderer has not pitched in relief. It's been 4. He's started 4 times. First appearance this season was out of the bullpen. Then he started 4 games for the Blues. Now back in relief. Count is 1-0. 1 gone in the top of the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes to now Josh Cowden, who walked in his last at-bat, and that led off top of the 4th. Moderer deals a 1-0. Cowden pops 1 up. Grotto will have a look out and left, ranging back. Won't let this one go over his head. Makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Cowley stays put at second. Bringing Jag Burden, who's 0 for 2 to the plate.
Number 15, the left fielder, Jag Burden.
Burden, who continues to struggle facing the Blues. This is now the 5th game between the two teams this season, and Burden, this will be his 18th plate appearance. Coming in, he's 1 for 17. Against Blues pitching, facing Moderer for the first time this season. Burden has popped out twice and is 0 for 2 today. Cowley still at second, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 5th. Seary digs one out of the dirt for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Grounded to Kretschmar at second. Takes a hop, and he'll gun to first, fielding it cleanly to end the inning.
Let's go for the Saints, so the score remains the same as we move into the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's 4-1.
Can't go understated. They just stranded a leadoff double. And Moderer pitches around that leadoff double from Cowley, his 14th this season. He's riding that 15-game hitting streak, and the Blues are going to look to ride some momentum they gained in the bottom of the 4th. We'll see who's on the mound for the Saints when we return. Looks like there will be a new pitcher out there, and we'll introduce you to him when we come back on the other end of this break. It's 4-1. Saints with the lead. Blues bats coming up in the bottom of the 5th when we come back. I'm Zach Ebrahim, and I hope you've enjoyed this one as much as I have. I'm going to take a short break and be right back with you. Here's Graham Burton, 1 for 1 today with a single, and that led off the bottom of the third for the Blues. He's leading off the bottom of the fifth. He inserted Rashad Ruff, who delivers strike 1 to the outfielder from Stanford. Burton, who's got 3 singles in his last 5 at-bats, and this is a guy who coming into yesterday only had 2 hits, and both were home runs. Checked his swing, but went around there, and it's 0-2. So Ruff has been inserted for Andros. Third pitcher deployed by Arroyo Seco today. Bottom of the fifth, our score is still 4-1 in favor of Arroyo Seco. Ruff deals an 0-2, high ball 1 to Burton. Grant Burton, who's made some nice plays out in center. Now the bat seems to be coming alive for Grant, and that's huge no matter where he is in the lineup. Batting 8th today. Ball 2 called, and it's 2-2. So what we're seeing now is Burton put together lengthier at-bats, put the ball in play, and has been rewarded for doing so. 1 for 1 with a single. Here's a 2-2 from Ruff, and Burton takes ball 3. And after being behind in the count 0-2, he's worked it full. He's leading off the bottom of the fifth. No one on and no out. Here's a payoff pitch from Ruff to Burton. Ball 4, and Grant works a walk. Bringing Jason Seary to the plate. Seary struck out looking at his first at-bat. Burton safe at first after working a walk. He's reached first in both his plate appearances. Now 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. And the Blues, for the third straight inning, are going to get the leadoff man on. We'll see if they can capitalize and cut into this 4-1 deficit. They did so back in the fourth, plating 1 on a T.J. Clarkson double that scored Tate Samuelson, who led off the inning with a single. This one's popped up by Seary. Shallow center. Boning has it. 1 gone. And we'll work our way back to the top. Here comes Austin Kretschmar. Kretschmar 1 for 2 with a single. 1 on. It's Burton who walked to lead off the inning, and 1 out. Seary who just popped out to short. 4-1 our score. Ruff deals the first pitch to Kretschmar. Austin takes strike 1. Saints have deployed 3 pitchers. Blues have deployed 2. Moderer, who has been a starter 4 times this season, will look to eat up some innings. Mike Gutierrez getting through 3 2/3. It's about his average. Grounded foul to the left side, and it's 0-2. Burton, who is suddenly getting on base a bunch and is setting the table for the top of this lineup now. It'll be Kretschmar and Mercado due up. No balls and 2 strikes. Rashad Ruff deals high and inside, ball 1. Well, in back-to-back plate appearances, Kretschmar bats with Burton at first. Last time he was able to follow up Burton's single with one of his own. This time Grant has walked. Here's a 1-2 to Kretschmar. Hit a high fly ball, but in the glove of Cowley for out number 2. Back-to-back pop-outs to this infield. Bring Mercado to the plate.
And that'll bring up to the plate for the Blues, number 1, the shortstop from San Jose State, Ruben Mercado.
0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. Started his day yesterday, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And in our post-game interview with him, mentioned, in those first 2 at-bats, it didn't look like it was going to be a good day at the plate. He makes a nice defensive play out in short, a spinning throw. Nice web gem from Mercado, made it look easy. and would go on and be 3 for 3 in his next 3 at-bats with 2 doubles, a single, and 2 RBIs. He flares this one out to right, drifting in foul territory. McMurray makes a nice play, and that ends the inning.
The score for the Blues in
3 straight pop-ups after Burton leads the inning off with a walk. Schran at first. Now it's time to toss some tennis balls. We've got some up here in the press box with us. I'm going to give my best shot. Try and toss one in the bucket, win myself some season tickets. Top of the 6th upcoming. Our score is still 4-1. Saints with the lead. I'm going to take a short break, throw some tennis balls, and I'll be right back with you. Don't go anywhere. Lindsley leading things off in the top of the 6th now for the Saints. Our score is still 4-1 in favor of Arroyo Seco. Lindsley just took ball 1 from Vaughn Moderer, who's out there pitching his 3rd inning of relief. Here's a 1-0. Moderer delivers strike 1. Lindsley has walked twice, been on base in both his plate appearances. Leading off a bottom third of this Saints lineup that's been extremely productive in terms of getting on base. That's strike 2. Lindsley's walked twice. Boning's doubled in 2 runs. Cobb has walked once. They've been getting on and setting the table for the top of this lineup that is, well, it features 2 all-stars. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Checked his swing. Did he go around? He did not. It's 2-2. So Moderer eating up innings, top of the 6th. Blues down 3, looking to get Lindsley out for the first time today. Here's a 2-2. Fouled off to the left side. Count remains the same. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No one on and no outs. Top of the 6th.
Thanks to Coastal Pediatric Dentistry for sponsoring our free foul balls today.
Chapter 5 of the Blues and Saints matchup this season have split the previous 4. That's inside ball 3, and Lindsley has worked the count full. Ball 4 would mean he would walk for a 3rd time today. Payoff pitch upcoming. Moderer facing Lindsley. Here's that payoff pitch. It's grounded foul to the right side, and we'll do it all over again. Three balls and 2 strikes to the man doing the DHing today for the Saints. That's from the left side. Moderer deals from the right side of the mound. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off to the left side this time. And Lindsley not going down without a fight. Top of the 5th, Saints stranded a leadoff double from Cowley. Moderer able to induce a strikeout, flyout, and groundout. Here's a second straight payoff pitch, and that one is inside for ball 4. Lindsley has walked for the 3rd time today. This one leads off the top of the 6th. And now Moderer will have to face Brandon Boning, a man who's 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI double.
Now number 10, the shortstop, Brandon Boning.
Man at first is Lindsley. Just took a walk. Boning stands in. 1 on and no outs. Top of the 6th. 4-1 still our score. Pitch out here, and it's ball 1 to Boning. One ball and no strikes. Boning's 3rd plate appearance. Here's that 1-0. Shows bunt, gets it down. Samuelson ranges on. One-hander, bare-hander, guns to first, 1 gone. What a play by Tate Samuelson. That is, I can't even stress how difficult that is. Makes it look routine. It is a bare-handed, one-handed 5-3 ground out for Boning, and that brings Jackson Cobb to the plate.
Jackson Cobb
Has grounded into a double play and walked in the 4th. With Lindsley at 2nd now, he advanced on the ground out. Cobb bats with a runner in scoring position, and just 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Saints by 3. Ball 1. Arroyo Seco, 7 straight wins in conference, have increased their lead to 2 full games over the Blues. That's why this game is a key one. They'll only see the Saints 1 more time here at Tinsheimer Park. 1 ball and no strikes. Moderer deals strike 1 to get the count even. So we're not going to Pasadena again. We've only got 2 more games on the road, 1 in Thousand Oaks, 1 in Compton. We'll play the Oaks and the Barons back-to-back nights. Other than that, the rest of the games are at home. We're going to welcome the Foresters back 1 more time, the Riptide a couple more times, and the Barons, I believe, 4 more times. 1 ball and 1 strike. Way outside, gets away. Wild pitch allows Lindsley to advance now to 3rd. And there's still just 1 out in the top of the 6th. He can score on contact.
Very few pitchers have a 6-foot arm.
2 balls and 1 strike to Cobb now. An easy take on ball 2. 4-1 our score. Saints lead. So you win this one, you get a whole game back in the standings. Checked his swing, and that was ball 3. So this game an important one. And we'll see the Saints one more time. That one ever important. 3 balls and 1 strike to Cobb if you're chasing that 1 seed and a bye in the first round of the playoffs. Ball 4. Cobb works his second walk, and there's men at the corners with 1 out for Connor Bradshaw, who's reached in all 3 of his plate appearances, each a different way, a single walk and fielder's choice. So Bradshaw's only got 1 hit. Runners at the corners now. As Cobb worked the walk, and Moderer deals strike 1 to Bradshaw. He's made a good play out in center. Obviously handy with the bat.
Yeah, because we get like 5 or 10 after the
Bradshaw, top 3 in the CCL in average. Tied for 3rd in homers. He's got 4. 1-1. Fouled off. It's 0-2. Since June 24th, he's had 8 multi-hit games. His average right now is the highest it's been all season. This is a guy whose trajectory has only been upwards as the season's gone on. But Moderer has him in an 0-2 hole and looking for a key second out as men are at the corners. Swung on and missed strike 3. That is a huge second out. It's Moderer's 3rd strikeout. He's got 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Here's Jake McMurray now. Runner's still at the corners. Score still 4-1. Moderer trying to strand a runner at 3rd. Did so stranding a runner on 2nd. That led off the top of the 5th. We're in the top of the 6th now. That breaking ball's in there for strike 1. So Moderer trying to get himself out of a jam and keep the deficit at just 3 for the Blues bats, who will be up in the home half of the 6th. And it'll be the heart of the lineup. Heavy hitters coming up. 4-1. Lindsley's at 3rd and Cobb's at 1st. Cobb's taking off for 2nd. That is popped up, and Clarkson will give it a look as it drifts into the Blues bullpen.
We're just going to let that one sit where it is. Thanks to Coastal Pediatric Dentistry for sponsoring our foul balls. Sultry snow afternoon.
Now it's 0-2 for the 2nd straight hitter. Bradshaw struck out on 3 pitches from Moderer. Now McMurray standing in is 1 for 3 with a double and 2 strikeouts. Nothing in 2 pitch. That's a fair ball. And Clarkson can toss to Moderer at 1st, and that ends the inning. It was a check swing. Ball was hit in fair territory. Goes down as a 3-1 ground out. They do indeed strand a runner at 3rd, and Moderer works around 2 walks. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th now. Our score 4-1. Tate Samuelson due up. After him, Grotto and Martinez. Heavy hitters coming up. Blues down 4-1. See if they can claw back into this one. Blues are 20-10. Looking for their 21st win. It's game 31. Can you believe it? Season continues to fly by. New pitcher on the mound for the Arroyo Seco Saints. He's their 4th pitcher that's been deployed. We'll introduce him. We'll introduce you to him in just a moment. We'll take a short break. Be right back with you.
Those colors correspond.
Samuelson's reached in both plate appearances. He leads off the bottom of the 6th, facing Corey Shepard, newly inserted. 4th pitcher deployed by the Saints. Take single to lead off the bottom of the 4th. He'd come in to score on a Clarkson RBI double. He'll take strike 1 from Shepard, right-hander. 4th pitcher deployed, 2nd not on their roster. And Samuelson stands in 0-1 the count, leading off the bottom of the 6th. Our score still 4-1, Saints with the lead. At strike 2. Nothing in 2 the count. As the Blues' heart of the lineup will come to the plate. Down 3. High ball 1. Saw Samuelson work his walk back in the 1st after being down 0-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Grounded softly to boning it short. Gunning to 1st in time to get Samuelson. There's 1 away.
And now for the Blues, number 15, the left fielder from Fresno State, Mason Grotto.
Grotto steps in with 1 away and no one on. Facing Shepard for the first time today. Grotto takes ball 1. One 0 to Grotto. Pops that one up into shallow right. Cobb's going to take it in for out number 2. Pop out to shallow right as Samuelson and Grotto down 1-2. And here comes Martinez, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout.
In the box now for the Blues, number 4, the designated hitter from Stanford, Vince Martinez.
2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. Blues trail 4-1. Taking strike 1 from Corey Shepard. Shepard's gotten 2 quick ones from 2 big bats. 2 quick outs, I should say. And here's Martinez. 0-1 the count. Swung on and missed, strike 2. The ball's in 2 strike. 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. Fouled off to the right side, and it's a souvenir.
Little League Park, and you can take that one home courtesy of Coastal Pediatric Dentistry, our free foul ball sponsor.
No balls and 2 strikes still to Vince. He'll hack at that one and barely make contact to foul it back. It's still 0-2. Game 31 of the 2021 Blues season. 5th time against the Saints this season. 4-1 our score. Arroyo Seco leads. And Martinez grounds 1 foul. Has seen nothing but strikes. Still standing in and making a fight out of this one. Count 0-2. 2 gone in the inning. Samuelson grounded out. Grotto popped out to shallow right. Here's another 0-2. And Martinez sends one into right field. That's a base hit. First for Vince on the day. And that'll bring Clarkson to the plate. 1 for 2 with an RBI double so far.
That'll bring up number 16.
Martinez reaches on a single to right.
First baseman, T.J. Clarkson.
Clarkson's 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Swung on and missed strike one. Ball one. So Martinez singles with one out. Clarkson stands in with the count even at 1-1, facing Corey Shepard. Ready on lefty. Clarkson pops one up and out of fair territory. 1-2.
Our thanks to Coastal Pediatric Dentistry for sponsoring our foul balls today.
One ball and two strikes. Clarkson stands in with two gone and will take strike three. That'll end the inning. Bottom of the sixth is over. Working around the Martinez single. Corey Shepard gets Samuelson to ground out, Browder to pop out, and Clarkson to strike out looking. Our score is still 4-1. We'll head to the top of the seventh. Saints bats facing Vaughn. Moderer still out there and still eating up innings, pitching in relief of Mike Gutierrez. Down by 3. Moderer will look to hold him scoreless for a third consecutive inning. I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out.
Purple Sage.
Top of the seventh underway. Moderer still pitching. Deals to Cowley. Flying one out to left center, and that is gone. It's 5-1. He has doubled twice and homered. It's 5-1 Saints. That hitting streak extended in a big way. 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and a homer. For Cowley, that is homer number 3. It is his extra base hit, number 17. It's RBI 17. Numbers for this guy are just incredible. And it's ball 1 to Peyton Lewis, as he'll have to follow up that solo shot that made it 5-1.
7th inning stretch with our interns. Anybody?
One ball and no strikes.
I really don't want to do it today.
1-1 as Lewis fouls one off to the left side.
Well, it's right there by the beer trailer.
Peyton, without a hit today, has only been hit by a pitch.
Somebody's going to take
Yeah, and the numbers for Cowley just incredible. His average is going to skyrocket. Came in at 376 coming into this one. Top 5 in the CCL. That'll go up. Bradshaw as well. top of this lineup has done nothing but produce during their 7-game winning streak in conference, looking to make it 8 here in San Luis Obispo. They lead 5-1. They get that run right back and lead by 4 yet again. Here on a Sunday afternoon at Sinsheimer Park, this crowd hasn't gone anywhere despite the deficit. 1-2, Moderer deals and gets Lewis to swing and miss at a pitch away for strike 3 and out number 1.
There is a bottle of slow heat going out to number
Lewis has struck out for the second time today.
32-16. If that's on your program, go to the marketing table and get your slow heat from Bon Tom Creole Cafe. Now batting number 27, Josh Cowden.
Here is Cowden. Has walked, flown out, and struck out. Ball 1. Grounded back to Vaughn and beyond the reach of his glove. It'll find its way into center field, and it's a base hit for Cowden. His first of the day, second time reaching, bringing Jag Burton to the plate, the man who continues to struggle against Blues pitching. Now 1 for 18. This will be his 19th plate appearance.
Batting number 15, Jag Burton.
Has popped out twice and grounded out. The homer by Cowley was no pop out. That thing was struck well. Homer number 3 for him. And that was his third RBI of this game. He's got 3 of their 5 as Moderer delivers strike 1 to Burton. No balls and 1 strike. That gets away, and taking second is count even now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Due up after Burden is the man who's walked 3 times in Tanner Lindsley. One ball and 1 strike. That's grounded through the left side, and
Nice stop.
Mercado did stop it from going into the outfield, but it's a base hit. Stopping it from resulting into any more trouble. It's back-to-back singles from Cowden and Burden, and on first and second now for Lindsley.
Number 30,
1 gone in the top of the 7th. It's 5-1 Saints. Moderer checks second momentarily, now delivers the first pitch. It's inside to Tanner Lindsley. 3 walks in the game for Lindsley.
Oh.
For Lindsley, he's now got 7 walks. 3 in this game. 1-0. Grounded back. Kretschmar has it. Toss on to Mercado and a throw to first. It's a double play to end the inning.
And there's a double play. Anytime the Blues turn a double play.
4-6-3 on the double play. It's the third of this game. The second the Saints have hit into, and this one will end the top of the 7th, but not before they tack on 1 more. They lead by 4 again after the scorching bat of Drew Cowley, who has doubled twice and homered in this one. He's got 3 RBIs, and, well, he continues to do nothing but hit.
And it's time to stretch your legs, fans.
Saints lead 5-1. It's time to stretch.
Sing along.
Blues bats will be up in the bottom of the 7th when we come back. I'm going to take a short break and be right back with you for the home half of the 7th. When we return, it's 5-1 in favor of the Saints. I'm Zach Ebrahim, and thanks for hanging out. Bottom of the 7th underway. After the stretch, the Saints insert their 5th pitcher of the ball game. It's Diego Avila. He is on the roster, and he'll deal the first pitch to Trinka. Leading things off for the Blues. In their half of the 7th, down 5-1. The story in this one so far, the 15-game hitting streak extended by Drew Cowley. He's done so with not just 1 hit, but 3, all of the extra base variety, and Trinka fouls one off. It's 1-1. So it seems the Saints go as Drew Cowley goes, and as long as his bat's on fire, which I think if you touched it right now, you get third-degree burns.
So there aren't very many southbound ones.
They continue to impress in the CCL South. They lead 5-1 as Trinka fouls one off, and it's 1-2. No outs and no one on in the bottom of the 7th. Saints by 4. One ball and 2 strikes.
That's the one from Seattle.
Bouncing to the plate, and it's 2-2. Two and two. That's a chopper up the middle. Gloved by Cobb. Gunning not in time. Trinka's safe. That was a high bouncer, and Cobb was able to field it. Throw one to first, but not in time to get Trinka as he legs out a base hit. And it's a single for Trinka, his first of the game, bringing Grant Burton to the plate, who suddenly has become an on-base machine, has singled and walked in this one. And hoping the trend continues now, Avila, first man he faces, reaches on a base hit, and Burton grounds one foul to the left side. It's 0-1.
Pizza.
Let me just go.
Although the last time I asked you to bring me beer, no beer, no pizza.
No beer, no wine.
One ball, no balls, one strike. Excuse me.
Better be careful. There's Tim.
Really?
There'll be a pizza on your lap.
Now outs bottom of the 7th, and Burton, who has fallen behind 0-2 in both his at-bats, has found a way to work a base hit and work a walk as well. 0-1 the count. Avila dealing to the Stanford outfielder. Ball 1. No outs in the bottom of the 7th. Trinka legged out a base hit. He's safe first now for Burton. 1-1. Burton takes in the dirt. Ball 2.
Did you get tickets?
Two balls and one strike. Burton pops one up beyond the press box.
Back into the Little League Park there. Kids, you can
Count now even at 2-2.
You can take that one home, courtesy.
Burton's having some lengthy at-bats, and you got to give him props for it. Guy that saw his average dip as low as 0.69. 0.069, excuse me. It was under 100. Has doubled it now in the last 2 ball games. 2-2. Grounded through the left side. Another base hit for Grant Burton. Runners on first and second now for the Blues. Back-to-back singles. Still no gone in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Jason Siri now.
Catcher from Mission College, Jason Siri.
There's no question about it. Things have opened up for Grant Burton after yesterday's ball game. Looks more confident at the plate, is seeing the ball so much better, and singles to the left side. It's runners on first and second now for the newly inserted catcher. His first start as a Blue, Jason Siri. This is his 3rd at-bat. He has struck out looking and popped out to short. Diego Avila has faced 2 men and allowed them to reach. Deals ball 1 to Siri. One on the count. Avila. Siri guns one to left, but it's foul. A little early on that one. Hardest he's hit a ball. Just didn't keep it fair. 1 ball and 1 strike. Avila set to deliver a 1-1. Runners on first and second. Breaking ball high. Ball 2. Blues looking for a rally to start the bottom of the 7th. Saints got 1 run back on a Cowley solo homer. Our score is 5-1. The Saints lead by 4. But the Blues threaten here to start the bottom of the 7th, and it's with the bottom of the lineup. Avila steps off, forcing Trinca, to head back into second. This is how it starts. If your offense is struggling at any point in the ballgame, it does wonders to have the bottom third come through, whether they go deep or walk or get on base in some capacity. As Siri flies one out to center, ranging back is Bradshaw. He'll make the catch. Trinca tags and advances to third. Runners at the corners now with 1 out for the top of this lineup. Here's Austin Kretschmar, 1 for 3 with a single. Bats with men at the corners. It's Burton at first and Trinca at third. First pitch from Avila is in the dirt, ball 1. Well, Siri flies out to center. He's 0 for 3, but advances Trinca, who's now just 90 feet away from scoring. And with our score 5-1, the top of this lineup will look to dig in. 1-0. Swung on and missed. One ball and 1 strike. Kretschmar stands in. Avila to Kretschmar in the dirt. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. No Blues bat has gone down without a fight tonight, whether they're in a 2-strike count or in a 3-0 count. And that hasn't been the case much. Only 2 walks have been worked. Saints pitching doing a good job of getting ahead in the count. And here's a 1-2 to Kretschmar. Burton takes off for second. Kretschmar flares one out to right. Who's coming on? It's going to be Cowden to make the catch, and tagging and scoring is Trinca.
You score.
It's a sac fly and an RBI for Austin Kretschmar. That makes it 5-2.
Close the gap by 1. It's 5-2.
Bringing Mercado to the plate with Burton on first and 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th.
Shortstop, Ruben Mercado.
It is 5-2. Bringing Mercado to the plate. 0 for 3 today. Burton still safe at first. Avila deals. Mercado swings and misses. 5-2. Saints with the lead. 2 out in the bottom of the 7th. A 1. Grounded through the left side. A base hit for Mercado. He's at first and Burton's at second. Passing the baton off to Tate Samuelson.
Now batting, number 3, third baseman from Cal Poly. It's Tate Samuelson.
Well, the Blues have brought the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. In the bottom of the 6th, the heart of this lineup came up and did minimal damage. Only Martinez was able to reach on a single. Samuelson so far is 1 for 2 with a walk. Pops that one up harmlessly into shallow left. Boning is under it. He'll make the catch, and the side is retired. Blue Strand 2 men on,
Pick up one.
but pick up one. It's 5-2.
5-2, and it's time for that great Blues tradition known as the Footloose Frenzy.
Footloose Frenzy
You will
taking
notice
place in left.
a large number of children following our crew out to the field with a
I think
large
last
number
night
of
or yesterday's
shoes.
ball
1,
game had the most
2,
kids. And if
3
you watched our
buckets of
intern
shoes,
interview
and
with
here
Grant
they
Bierling,
come.
you'll know that it was confirmed that was the most kids we had added to Footloose Frenzy. Won't be that many tonight, I think, but there's always a lot. And we're going to take a short break. Enjoy Footloose Frenzy out in left field.
Back to the line. Back to the line.
Von Moderer still pitching in relief. Top of the 8th upcoming. Our score is 5-2 in favor of the
They will
Saints.
try to find their shoes.
Top of the 8th underway. Brandon Boning facing Von Motter on for another inning of relief. And, well, Von's been awesome. Other than the home run surrendered to Cowley, he has stranded men in scoring position.
First base sign out into the park. Kids, if you can get out there and find it.
Count quickly 0-2 as he's ahead on Boning, who is responsible for one of those extra base hits and 2 runs that scored off of Mike Gutierrez back in the 4th. Our score is 5-2. Saints with the lead. Swung on and missed, strike 3.
There's another bottle of Slow Heat Hot Sauce going out to this time number 3223, 3223. That bottle's got your name on it, Slow Heat from Bon Tom Creole Cafe. Batting now number 1, Jackson Cobb.
Cobb stands in, has only reached on 2 walks, no hits for him today. 1 gone in the top of the 8th and quickly swung on and missed as Moderer gets ahead 0-1. Well, the benefits to bringing Moderer out of the pen are you're bringing a guy in relief to possibly finish a game here. That's what we're looking at. He's eating up innings for a bullpen that has been taxed in terms of the guys that are used to only being relievers. Count now 0-2 quickly. So Gutierrez, that's what Mike's been going. Mike's been going 3 2/3 all season, whether he gives up no runs, 4 runs. That's what he's been going. That's the length you're going to get from him. Count now 1-2. Mater are able to come in now and just eat up innings. Gets the last out in the 4th. Got all 3 in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. And here he is in the 8th. He's gotten 1 and he's still pitching. Here's a 1-2 to Jackson Cobb. In there, strike 3 called.
How about another one?
Yeah, how about another one? Striking out, boning, swinging, and Cobb looking. Now it's the top of the lineup, and Connor Bradshaw.
Your Bon Tom Creole Cafe slow heat.
We're in the top of the 8th. There's 2 gone and no one on for Bradshaw. Our score is 5-2. In the dirt, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Broken bat, flared out to left, and a base hit for Bradshaw. His second of the ball game, his 4th time reaching. Has also walked and reached on a fielder's choice.
Now batting for the Saints, Jake McMurray.
Oh my gosh, why there?
Ball 1.
Hmm?
McMurray has doubled and struck out twice. Stands in as he takes ball 1 from Moderer. Bradshaw's safe at first after singling. 1-0. Outside, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Or strike 1. Two 2-1. Runner takes off for second, and that is flared out to right, and it's foul. 2-2. Bradshaw trying for another stolen base.
So now we have 2, 2, 2, 2.
Oh yeah, I gotta do something for that.
Deuce is wild.
Deuce is wild.
There we go. All right, we'll do this.
2 gone on the top of the 8th. 2-2 the count to McMurray. 5-2 our score. Saints lead. Moderer comes set.
I guess the piece of it.
Here's another 2-2.
There you go.
Got him swinging. Elevated fastball. Moderer gets all 3 outs in the top of the 8th via the K. 2 swinging, 1 looking. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Blues down 3, and it'll be Mason Grotto due up. Don't go anywhere. You know what he's capable of. Then it'll be Martinez and Clarkson. I'll be right back after a short break. Thanks for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network and making us a part of your Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon. I'll figure out what day it is eventually. I'll be right back. Grotto steps to the plate, facing the 6th pitcher, inserted by the Saints. It's Chris Stamos. Left-hander, Grotto grounds the first pitch he sees from him to Boning it short, and he'll gun across his body, and Mason is safe as it pulled McMurray off the bag. Base hit for Grotto. Blues get the leadoff man on for the 2nd straight inning. We're able to plate 1 in the bottom of the 7th, now bringing Vince Martinez to the plate with Grotto on first and no one out. Blues trail 5-2, have 6 outs to make up the 3-run deficit. Here is a pinch runner. Well, I was going to get my binoculars. That's Nick Costello.
12. There's a pinch runner for the Blues, number 12. Vince Costello. Vince Costello?
Nick.
Nick Costello.
Nick Costello, pinch running for Mason Grotto. More speed on the bases. That's interesting. Grotto actually is 2nd on the team in stolen bases, but situationally, Costello's going to be inserted. Grotto gets on, and that's what he does. He singles. And Costello pinch running for him. Martinez fouls one off, and that is a souvenir, catching everyone off guard except for the kids, who of course want to field those souvenirs. Foul balls. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah.
1-1. Stamos deals. Martinez checks his swing. Costello takes off for second on the ball that got away from Peyton Lewis behind the plate. Chris Stamos, big left-hander. At Glendale. Out of Glendale. 2 balls and 1 strike to Martinez. Singled his last time up. Awaits a 2-1 pitch. No gone in the bottom of the 8th. Flared out to right. Cowden ranges on. He'll make the catch. Costello will tag. Throw was a good one, as it was also cut off by Boning. Costello may have been out by a step, so he cannot advance further than second. He will stand in scoring position now with TJ Clarkson stepping to the plate, responsible for one of the 2 Blues RBIs. He doubled in a run in the bottom of the 4th. Stands in now with Costello at second and 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. 5-2 still our score. Saints with the lead. Clarkson takes ball 1. Clarkson sends one out to right. Cowden makes the catch. And Costello will tag from second to third. And safe. But a loud second out. Back-to-back flyouts to right have 2 gone, and Clarkson at third for Thomas Trinka. Stamos has gotten 2 quick outs from 2 big bats of Martinez, and Clarkson now has to deal with Trinka, who swings and misses through strike 1. Thomas did have himself an infield single. That led off the bottom of the 7th. He was the leadoff runner that got on and eventually scored on a Kretschmar sac fly. No balls and 1 strike. Stamos delivers an 0-1. Trinka takes inside, ball 1. Costello is pinch running for Grotto and is safe at third. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Costello will score on a base hit. Trinka takes in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on third for the Blues. Trinka fouls one off. It's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Ball 3. Trinka having himself a patient at bat. He has worked the count full, and Costello is the runner at third. Payoff pitch. Trinka swings and misses through what would have been ball 4. And that gets him. They strand a runner at third, and it's still 5-2. Top of the 9th upcoming. They'll have to do it in the bottom half of the 9th. It'll have to be something special. Top of the 9th upcoming, and
Don't forget the Blues will be back in action here Tuesday.
is TJ going to pitch? He is.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6 o'clock.
I'm almost
Tuesday,
positive that's TJ Clarkson. It is. TJ Clarkson pitching in relief now, Vaughn Moderer. And Vaughn, given what he had to do today, was awesome. Got 4 1/3. Got 13 outs. Moderer gets the job done. Top of the 9th upcoming. And Drew Cowley's coming to the plate. So, could be trouble. But TJ's going to look to put him away. 5-2 our score. Blues trail. I'll be right back. Here's the hottest bat in the CCL. Drew Cowley stepping to the plate, has doubled twice, brought in 3 runs, also homered back in the top of the 7th. TJ Clarkson delivers strike 1 to him. This is the CCL All-Star Drew Cowley, who is a third baseman by trade and made a couple defensive plays. Nice gems in the CCL showcase and was their defensive player of the game. Got himself a national TV interview. Strike 2 as he swings and misses through the pitch from Clarkson. Best part about the showcase game was the fact that all these guys who deserve it get national TV attention, national TV time, and a lot of eyeballs, other than the scouts that were in attendance at the game. Clarkson delivers ball 1. Count is 1-2. No outs as Drew Cowley leads off the top of the 9th with his team leading 5-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside ball 2. Nick Costello moves into left field, taking over for Mason Grotto, and Diego Murillo fills in for Clarkson at first base as TJ steps to the mound and delivers a 2-2 to Cowley. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Well, they put him away this time, and it's only the second time they've been able to do so. The first time it's when he flew out and drove in a run. So Cowley is set down on strikes, bringing Peyton Lewis to the plate. 0 for 3 and has been hit by a pitch.
Chasing the high fastball there. Unfortunately, we're able to be done now, but
1 ball. Ball 2. Lewis without a hit has only reached after being hit by a pitch. A breaking ball that grazed him from Gutierrez in the top of the first. Ball 3. Three-0 coming. It is strike 1. Lewis will have to stay up there and await another pitch from TJ Clarkson. 3-1. Fouled off, and count's been worked full. 1 out, top 9. 5-2, Saints with the lead. Looking to win their 8th straight in conference. Man, payoff pitch. Ball, strike 3 called. Lewis chucks that bat. I thought it was ball 4 too, but strike 3 is called, and Clarkson has set both men down via the K. One swinging and one looking. There's 2 gone for Josh Cowden now.
Bring your program to the marketing tent. Get your bottle of slow heat from Bomb.
Ball 1. Strike 1. Wow. Okay. 0-1 the count to Cowden. Here's an 0-1. Strike 2. TJ's dealing. Oh, and 2 the count. 2 outs, top 9. Ball 1. 1 and 2 the count to Cowden. 2 gone on the top of the 9th. No one on. Here it is. Lefty on lefty. 1-2 from Clarkson. Got him swinging. Clarkson strikes out the side in the top of the 9th. If nothing else, if the Blues are not able to come back, fans have been getting hot sauce tonight. Saints use a 7th pitcher. Goodness, who knows? And they will. They're going to use a 7th pitcher. We'll introduce you to him when we come back. I'll be right back. Well, the 7th pitcher deployed by the Saints is Daniel Richardson. And he's a 6'4" right-hander out of San Diego State, dealing to Grant Burton, who takes ball 1. Bottom of the 9th underway. Rally time for the Blues, down 5-2. 1-0. Burton guns one out to left. Foul. 1-1. One ball and one strike. Loud foul ball, and Burton has to pick up that bat and try to do it again, but hit it fair. Seven pitchers deployed, easily the most that have been used against the Blues this season. One ball and one strike. Burton takes strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes. No outs. Bottom 9.
Burton, wants to go home. Swing it, force pitches.
Fouled off.
There's a foul ball off to the right field side, way out into the park. Thanks again to Coastal Pediatric Dentistry for sponsoring our foul balls today.
Burton has reached in all 3 plate appearances, 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. Can he do it again to jumpstart a rally here in the bottom of the 9th? Here's a 1-2. He'll take ball 2. Count even. Two balls and 2 strikes. Richardson. Burton. Ooh, foul. I'm getting excited. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We will do it all over again. The count and situation remain the same. It's 2-2. There's no one on and no one out in the bottom of the 9th. Blues trail 5-2.
Did you see the number of the batter?
Check swing. Did he hold? He did. It's full count at 3-2. Count is full, and here's a payoff pitch. Burton fouls one back beyond us.
Back over the press box. Find that one and take it home, kids, thanks to Coastal Pediatric Dentistry. What is it?
Another 3-2 pitch from Richardson to Burton. Foul tipped away.
Oh, yeah, because he bats left. So, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Well, this is a very lengthy at-bat. Burton has put up a fight here just to start the bottom of the 9th. And whatever this results in, and whatever this at-bat results in, it'll be well earned. Here's a 3rd payoff pitch. Burton swings and misses through an elevated fastball for strike 3. It was well earned. It was. Burton put up a fight. It's the first time he's been out today. And here is Evan Steinberger.
Evan Steinberger.
Well, the average is at 500 for Steinberger. He's got a hit in 2 appearances. Pinch hitter here, as there's one gone in the bottom of the 9th. Ball 1 to Steinberger. One 0 is the count. Richardson has got that first out, struck out Burton. Now Steinberger grounds one to Boning. It's a 1-hopper. He'll gun to first, and there's 2 gone. Saints are an out away from their 8th win in conference in a row, and increasing their lead over the Blues in the standings.
Austin Kretschmar.
Could be 3 full games after it's all said and done here. The lead for the Saints over the Blues. Blues are in third place right now in the South, half a game behind Santa Barbara, 2 full games behind Arroyo Seco. And Kretschmar's the last chance for the Blues, down 5-2 in the bottom of the ninth. Richardson deals to the right-hander. Kretschmar takes ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Kretschmar with a single and an RBI on a sac fly. Takes ball 2. If he is to reach, it'll be Mercado. Kretschmar on the day 1 for 3. Finished his day yesterday 2 for 5. Two balls and no strikes. Grounded back up the middle. Kretschmar is aboard.
Now batting, number 1, the shortstop from San Jose State, Ruben Mercado.
Here is Ruben. So Kretschmar reaches, and that brings Mercado to the plate. Singled in his last at-bat in the bottom of the 7th. Sent one through the left side for a base hit. He is 1 for 4. Stands in with Kretschmar at first. And 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th. Our score is still 5-2 in favor of the Saints. Richardson deals ball 1. Mercado. One ball and no strikes. Strike 1. One ball and 1 strikes to Ruben Mercado. Now 1-2. Kretschmar just singled up the middle. He's safe at first, and the Blues are down to their last strike. Down by 3.
Hey, Dana, are we taking all this down?
Elevated fastball is taken. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count. 2 gone, bottom 9. Last chance for the Blues is Mercado. Ball 3 gets away. Kretschmar is going to take second on a wild pitch.
All right, here we go. It's okay. We got the 100% on our side.
Count is full to Ruben Mercado. If Ruben could work a walk, if Ruben could reach, this thing is far from over. Blues down 5-2. Here is a payoff pitch. Grounded through the right side. Mercado has singled. Kretschmar will be held, and the tying run will be brought to the plate by the Blues. It's Tate Samuelson. Mercado's second hit. Yeah, you hear the Zach Brown band. You hear chicken fried. That means Tate Samuelson's coming to the plate. Everyone now has their eyes on the field. Big bats are up. Samuelson, the first of them. Last chance for the Blues still. 2 outs, bottom 9. Runners at the corners against Daniel Richardson. Tate is 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Here's the first pitch from Richardson. Outside, ball 1 gets away. Kretschmar's coming in to score. It's 5-3. Pitch gets away, and a run scores. So now, Mercado's at second. Samuelson has taken ball 1, and it's 5-3. No, it's a combination of adrenaline and nerves and everything running through Daniel Richardson's body right now. First time facing Samuelson. 1-0 the count. Checks on Mercado at second. Now deals. Samuelson swings and misses at a pitch away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside ball 2.
Yeah, I don't know if he can hear.
2 balls and 1 strike. The count to Tate Samuelson bats with Mercado at second. Our score is 5-3. That gets away too, and Mercado will take third. Back to, a couple pitches have just been spiked in the dirt by Richardson. That's 2 wild pitches now. One allowed Kretschmar to score, and this one allows Mercado to now come 90 feet away from scoring, and the count is 3-1 to Tate Samuelson. (3-1) to Samuelson. Mercado's at third. Richardson deals. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Count is full. It's tense time, excitement time, and all sorts of emotions out there on the field and in the stands. Here's a payoff pitch from Richardson to Samuelson in a 2-run ball game. Bottom of the 9th. Strike 3 called. I'll tell you what. I'm not the only one that thinks that the strike zone in the 9th inning was completely different from the strike zone in the previous 8 innings. Samuelson down looking, and our score is 5-3. That was ball 4. He took strike 3, according to our home plate umpire, and that's the ball game, 5-3.
We will see you Tuesday night at 6 o'clock against the Orange County.
No doubt in my mind that strike zone was different in the 9th.
6 o'clock. Thank you for your attendance, and we wish you a safe drive home.
5-3 the final. Saints get their 8th consecutive win in a row in conference and take a 3-game lead over the San Luis Obispo Blues in the CCL Southern standings. They're in the 1 seed. Blues drop down to 4. Blues will be back again on Tuesday, and we'll have that one for you. First pitch at 6:05 here on the Blues Streaming Network, as we always do. We've got you covered. Unfortunately, the Blues come up short in this one. Fall 5-3. We hope you enjoyed that one as much as you could. I've been Zach Ebrahim for the call of this one. Blues fall by the score of 5-3, but we'll be back on Tuesday. Day off tomorrow. We'll rest up. We'll enjoy it, and we hope you do too. I'll be back again on Tuesday. Thanks so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. We really do appreciate it. And apologize for the muting of the mic. I know it was a lot tonight, a lot of muting. We had, we're lucky to have a press box here at Sinchheimer Park. And when you let people in from the other team and they have a tendency to be loud, maybe a little inconsiderate, it's unfortunate, but we're just trying to work it out. And I think we did so today. We tried our best, and we'll be better on Tuesday. I can promise you that. I know I will, and I'll see you then. So far, until then, Tuesday, first pitch 6:05 here at Sinchheimer Park. We will see you then, and we're going to have an intern interview. Don't worry. That's coming up. Back on the post-game show, Blues Live. Unfortunately, the Blues come up short, 5-3 with the loss. But that means we get to do an intern interview, and these have become one of my favorite things to do. Today, Brooke Olson, nice enough to join us after the game. Brooke's one of our many versatile promotional interns, and you guys do a lot. So talk about the different stations that you've worked on game days, and which is your favorite?
Okay, yeah, working beer, to
Okay.
marketing, programs, tickets, all the above. Definitely my favorite has to be beer,
Got it.
just because I get to talk to people, which is like my favorite thing to do.
Yep.
Everyone gets excited when they come back for more beer, so you don't deal with grumpy people over there at all.
We had Nico Calancini on, and he's the beer guy.
Right.
And I was like, Nico, no one can hate you, right? He's like, no. If anything, if people are upset, it's until they come see me.
Right, absolutely. That's when people get back into their good mood.
So, first season with the Blues, you and I've loved it. Talked to everyone. It's a good group of people. We talk about it every time we bring another intern on, just how quickly we all kind of came together.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun. But talk about why you wanted this internship, what you were looking to get out of it, and what you have gotten out of it so far. It's crazy to think we're almost at the end.
I know, it makes me sad. This has been so fun. So I definitely wanted to stay in SLO for summer because
Okay.
I was training for soccer to begin with. So, and getting facilities in SLO is a lot easier than going home to Monterey and practicing over there. It's right by my house. So I just get to walk down, and wanted to get some sort of internship while I can. Summer's pretty much the only time where I can do anything, work
Sure.
with any type of organization. I'm a business marketing major, so I want to go into sports marketing after college. Hopefully work for either an MLB team or an NHL team. Big hockey, baseball fan.
Yeah.
So hopefully something with that.
Awesome. So you mentioned soccer briefly. So you play for Cal Poly soccer, women's soccer, and you are going into your senior year. Talk about what it's been being a part of that team, what you're looking forward to this coming season. You didn't have a season last year.
Mhm.
So, what's coming for Cal Poly women's soccer? Tell us about it.
We'll see. Honestly, a lot of the girls are here this summer training and stuff. It's going to
Okay.
be interesting because we have basically 2 sets of freshmen that haven't really gotten to play in real soccer games. We're going to have a huge roster this season because most of our seniors are going to take their COVID year and stay.
Okay, good.
So we're going to have a bunch of seniors, a bunch of fifth years, a bunch of my class, which is going to be the senior class, and then a whole new group of like 10 freshmen that we'll see what they got. So we're going to have a huge roster, which is going to make it competitive within our team, but we have the best team culture you can imagine. So hopefully when they come in a few days, when we start our double days training, that they'll just fit right into our big happy family. And
Double days. Exciting.
double days.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'll ask you also because, I've talked to Tim Samuelson, Tate Samuelson's dad. He's helped me out with stuff on the road.
Mhm.
And this is Tate Samuelson, our third baseman, second season with the Blues. Goes to Cal Poly SLO. You told me you've known Tate since your freshman year.
Yeah.
So how cool is it? I mean, your first season with the Blues, he comes back for a second season. His first was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But he chooses to come back. So talk about how cool that's been to see Tate. He's having a great season. And just get closer with his family and, part of this tight-knit group of players, like we're a tight-knit group of interns.
Yeah, it's super awesome. Yeah. So obviously our athlete community at Cal Poly is pretty close, especially the women's soccer team and the baseball team. We're always hanging out. Tate's actually dating one of my best friends on the
cool.
soccer team.
Nice.
So that's kind of how I got to know him, and his family's the best. Tim's, here before every game, at
Before
least
gates
3
open.
hours early.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been super awesome, especially having a friend out there to, even make all the connections with the interns and the staff and the coaches and the players, like all kind of come together as a big community. And it's just been really awesome especially to get to watch one of your best friends play every game and kick butt. It's super fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'll ask you one more question because I had to move to SLO for
Right.
this internship, and I got to tell you, I really have loved it. So you've been going to school here. Best part of SLO in your mind, what would you say it is?
Best part SLO. Honestly, there's just like a little bit of everything. It's kind of a smaller college beach town type of vibe, but like there's just always something to do. I love to surf, which is
Okay.
SLO is a great spot.
I could never. No sense of balance.
Maybe before you leave SLO, I'm gonna have to take you surfing at least
Oh,
once.
gosh.
You'll just try.
Okay.
So yeah, I love surfing. I just love the people. I love how it's just not too big of a campus,
Yeah.
especially at Cal Poly. Just everyone seems pretty close. You see a lot of familiar faces every time you go to class or even on Zoom class. yeah, just SLO's just a great town. I'm not ready to leave, even though I only live 2 hours away from here. I'm not ready to leave this place.
I'm right there with you. I'm going to savor every moment of it, every home game. We've got 10 more. And Brooke, thank you so much. This was awesome.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to keep doing these intern interviews. They keep going so well. We keep bringing on our versatile promotional interns. And what we're learning is everyone likes to work beer. So
That's right.
I won't get that chance, but I will live vicariously through whoever's working beer 1 or 2. And if you're at Sinsheimer Park, we hope you enjoy your game day experience. That's Brooke Olson. I'm Zach Eberly. We're going to say so long, and we'll see you on Tuesday, first pitch, 6:05. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Terrific. Thank you.